home to Millwall Football Club for more than 100 years. The stadium has been the scene for countless celebrations throughout its history. But all that may change. The Lewisham Council has requested a compulsory purchase order of the land surrounding the Den, and if granted, Millwall have said the club may be forced to leave the stadium.
Couldn't handle it, no way. I'd never get to a game.
No one wants to move really, the communities have changed.
So they've been there for 100 years and they do quite a lot for the community. I think as far as that stands, it's a really disappointing prospect.
So why do the Lewisham Council want to sell the land? And why do Millwall have to leave? The Lewisham Council will hold a meeting next month to decide whether to sell the area surrounding the Den. This doesn't include the stadium itself. The council have promised Millwall that the Den is safe. But the land they are planning to sell does include the Lions Centre, which is the crucial part of this story. Millwall currently have a Category 2 academy, which they use to attract and train new young talent. As part of the Category 2 status, you must have an indoor training pitch. The Lions Centre, which we're in right now, has the indoor pitch. If the council decides to sell the land, they'll lose their Category 2 status. Millwall have expressed concern this downgrade will affect their ability to be a competitive club. In other words, if they lose the academy, Millwall will have to move somewhere they can maintain their competitive edge. I went down to the Den to speak to Nick Hart from AMS, Millwall's official supporters club. What do you think will be the situation then?
Some will travel to Kent, if that happened. There will be some. I would struggle with it. It wouldn't be the club that I've known all of my life. The thing with Millwall Football Club is that it is of this area. It's very much of this area. The support has moved out to South East London in some cases, but they still come back to their homeland almost. This is where the club comes from. I've described it as the beating heart of Bermondsey, and I think if you remove the heart, then the area dies.
Millwall have received support from high-profile figures such as London Mayor Sadiq Khan, Liberal Democrat leader Tim Farron, and English Football Association Chairman Greg Clark. So, with this support, why are the Lewisham Council planning to go ahead with its decision? They chose not to appear on camera. However, the council did offer us this statement. The area around the stadium is currently run down. Regeneration has the potential to deliver huge benefits for Lewisham. The scheme would deliver 2,400 desperately needed new homes, a new overground station, and up to 1,500 new permanent jobs. Lewisham Council is very supportive of Millwall Football Club and has consistently said that its ability to operate the stadium must and will be protected. Many people in Bermondsey agree that the area is in need of regeneration. But business owners say that regeneration is not worth the cost of losing the Den. And what do you think will happen to your business if Millwall has to leave?
Well, it'll die. And there's not enough pubs nowadays anyway, but especially if Millwall goes, all the pubs will feel it. Not only the pubs, the cafes, even Wimpy next door will feel it. All down this road will feel it.
Millwall did make an offer to do the regeneration themselves, but the council rejected the offer and instead planned to sell the land to the development company Renewal. So what is Renewal? The developer's office lies in Bermondsey, less than a mile from the stadium. They have no prior track record in regeneration schemes, so this would be their first project. Renewal was set up and originally part owned by Dave Sullivan, the previous mayor of Lewisham. Sullivan insists he no longer has any role with the company, which is owned by two anonymous offshore trusts based in the Isle of Man and the British Virgin Islands. The current mayor, Sir Steve Bullock, is banned from sitting with his cabinet due to a declared interest. He sits on the board of a renewal company. The council's presence is now led by the unelected Chief Executive Barry Quirk, a former colleague of Renewal's former CEO Mushtaq Malik. Representatives from Renewal chose not to comment. We spoke to Lewisham Councillor Alan Hall. Currently he is the only vocal voice in support of Millwall at the council.
We have examined all the papers that the executive members of the council have received, and we have questions about on the regeneration scheme. Who are the owners? We're using public powers, so we need to be clear. We have to know who the owners are, what they're like, can we trust them? What we have said, we've made no view either way. We said we need to know who they are, and we're finding it difficult for simple basic questions to be answered.
So Millwall now have to wait to a council decision in February. If the decision goes ahead, Millwall have said they will take the case to a public inquiry and a final decision will be made by the government. Even then, the decision could be appealed, which would lead to a trip to the High Court. If one thing's for certain, Millwall will not be going down without a fight.
It's about money, innit? Same as everything else. So it's really about the people with the money and what they decide, I suppose. But no one wants to move.
We're very proud people, very proud team. So we're not going to allow it to happen.
I don't think it's going to happen. I think Lewisham Council will have to back down, basically.
Exactly.
Right too.
They've done so much work for the community. You know, they've done things to support Lewisham Hospital. They are a part of the community. Lewisham Council don't wreck it.